Hello students, welcome to JRF with Ria. Today we are going to discuss about the subunit 3 of teaching aptitude, which include factors affecting teaching related to teacher, learner, supporting material, instructional facilities, learning environment and institution. So firstly, many philosophers of education have termed teaching as a triangular process, where teacher, learner and subject or the topic lie on the three corners of the triangle. So this may be added one or more corner, the environment for example. It is where all other three meets at where teaching learning process takes place. All these four elements have their own importance. Thus, four fundamental factors are required to conduct a teaching learning program. These are discussed in brief. Firstly, teacher. The teacher is an innovator of information and knowledge. He is the creator and transmitter of knowledge, value and ethics to our youngsters for later physical, mental, emotional and social development. In the process of teaching learning, the teacher is the main vehicle and he knows what is right and what is wrong in the society. The role and responsibility of the teacher is to transmit the right value so as to modify the behavior of the learner. He should therefore use the latest means of media communication in the process of teaching. The special characteristics of a good teacher includes the following. The teacher is master of his subject and use an effective language for the communication in order to bring a positive change in the behavior of the learners. Lack of subject knowledge is the most important cause of failure for the teachers in continuing teaching process. According to Swami Vivekananda, teacher's success depends on his mastery on the subject and capacity in controlling the subjects. If a teacher gets an opportunity to teach a visually challenged student along the normal students, he must arrange a seat in the front row and try to teach at a pace convenient to him. Interaction inside the classroom should generate ideas to the students. Since it is the age of science and technology, the teacher ought to have a sound knowledge of science and technology. A disciplined teacher is liked most to the students, and most important challenge of a teacher is to make teaching learning process enjoyable. In the process scenario, a teacher should have proper knowledge of students' need and use of technology in teaching learning process to adjust effectively with the classroom teaching. Sometimes a teacher cannot control classroom situation and become nervous. This symptom of nervous instability among teachers is called explosive behavior. It is not desirable in teaching learning process. Attitude of the teacher that affect teaching patterns of affective domain. A teacher should not be remembered the socio-economic condition and background of students while teaching learning process is continued. Teachers' role at higher education level is to promote self-learning in students. Next, come on to the learners. The learners is a dependent one and immature in knowledge. He has to cooperate in the teaching learning process with the teacher and try to get as much information and knowledge as possible from him. He must follow the teacher for understanding and getting knowledge. The learners may be categorized as a student of primary schools, elementary schools, secondary schools, higher secondary schools, colleges or universities. All of them have a vital role to play in the program of teaching and learning. The teacher must have the capability to understand their diversities and treat them accordingly. The parents of the learners have significant role for academic performance of students can be improved if parents are encouraged to interact with teacher frequently. Now come on to the support materials. The subject is the main concern in the whole endeavor of teaching learning process. The topic is generally decided by the teacher, but the learner can also contribute in deciding a topic so that a balanced and harmonious development takes place. It is for the teacher to prepare necessary charts, maps, tables and models that pertain to the decided topic. Media-based technological and scientific aids may also be made available by the teacher to make the teaching more interesting and understandable. Now come on to the instructional facilities. The instructional facilities are defined as classroom, seminar room, instructional laboratories, or campus clinic, libraries or other spaces used principally for the purpose of delivering formal instructional to our university students. The issue of classroom and instructional facilities planning and utilization continue to be a contested discussion on our campus. Following the principle that we will maximize utilization across the time in a weekday or across all the class days, we are able to seat requested course sections in our available spaces. But it has been expressed that we have insufficient classroom space for the appropriate scheduling of the courses we offer our students. As an effort to address this current state, we should implement the following approaches for the management of our instructional facilities. These are: identify all spaces in the campus space inventory that conform to the above definitions and the space management officers responsible for these spaces. Require each spaces management officer for managing instructional facilities to submit utilization report for the past 3 years. Evaluate both central and unit classroom utilization compared with the standard as described below and determine under or over supply of instructional facilities. Determine future utilization plans and facilities need based on changing enrollment assumptions utilizing these standards. Utilize this standard as well to monitor or evaluate actual versus planned use over time. For skill development of learners, verbal guidance is the least effective. Implement the following procedural elements to more effectively manage classroom utilization. This includes evaluate the possibility of managing all classrooms as general assignment spaces to be scheduled by university. Scheduling office rather than by individual units, or suggest some other method that ensures maximal efficient use of instructional facility spaces. All lecture and discussion sections are to be held in general assignment classrooms and in standard time blocks unless an exceptional is granted. Space management officer or their designers must approve classes being held in other than general assignment classroom and in other than standard time blocks. Class time blocks may need periodical revisions. Class lab, clinic, studio space utilization, class labs are assigned and scheduled by individual departments. Justification for future existing or expanded teaching lab space in based on current utilization of class labs, as well as projected curriculum plan for each department. If class labs are not fully utilized, they should be shared with other departments. If chronic underutilization occurs, an evaluation should be conducted with a possible outcome that the spaces be reassigned to better serve campus space needs. Establish an instructional facilitator subcommittee that coordinate an annual process of review, recommendations and implementation of classroom supply, scheduling and physical attribute improvements. The nextly, learning environments. In learning environments, first comes the classroom environments. Classroom environments plays important role in learning process and it affects both teacher and learner. While this is to be maintained by a teacher or students, for active participation in education, concentration of students is required. Teacher need to focus on behavior of students along with other factors to improve the classroom environment so that students listen to teacher's voice while interacting with students. Nextly, socio-economic factors. Economic and social background of teacher and students also affect learning curves. It has direct and indirect effect on the thinking level of students and teachers both. Various study of teaching has pointed poor and rich students classify economically and this factor has influence on their learning speed. On other side, if teacher is less paid in term of salary, this also impact his thinking level and way to teaching in the classroom. And the next is expectations. Every parents have some sort of expectation with his word in terms of what or where they want to see their children. This has psychological impact on students, causing stress and impairments. It often seen that if student is not able to perform mentally, it creates depression and sometimes lead to life failure. That's the reason parents' involvement in the learning process is important to easy out burden on students and helping them to improve learning as overall. Now come on to the institutions. Teacher is abiding by administrative policy of the institution affecting the learning process. There are chances that teacher want to deliver in a way he loves to do, but the institution don't allow him to use his own method. This lead to dissatisfaction in teacher, causing learning process to slow down. It should not be the case that teachers should allow the way they want, but effective planning of lessons and consultation to improve learning path is required in line with the institute policy. So that's all for this session. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep learning, and please subscribe our channel.